So there's a couple things that you need to know about voice leading before you start actually writing, because there are a couple rules that we need to follow as musicians so that the music doesn't sound weird, and so we actually get these rules down so we can break the rules later on. So here's 5 rules that I wrote down that are super important when we come to voice leading and part writing. To begin, we have rhythm. The rhythm should be simple. Don't do anything too extreme. Keeping the rhythm simple will actually help you kind of part write and to figure it out. When you get higher along and you get more comfortable with rhythm, then you can start being a little bit more extreme with your rhythm, but keep it simple for now. Number 2, harmony. Every melody note should belong to the chord that is harmonic to it. So don't start writing stuff that is a cluster chord, if you know what that means. Just stick to the chords that we've taught you so far. This will ensure that you'll get good grades on your reports, and you also will sound like Bach, which is kind of cool if you think about it. Number 3, stepwise motion. For now, think about writing your parts with stepwise motion. This helps eliminate parallel fifths, which we'll talk about, parallel eighths, which we'll talk about, and anything else that could be wonky with your piece. Number 4, leaps. You need to avoid augmented leaps and intervals. Sevenths, leaps should be no bigger than an eighth. You want to stay within the eighth when you're leaping. That doesn't mean that your whole piece needs to be fit inside an octave, but don't jump any higher than an octave. Finally, tendency tones. Tendency tones are tones that need to go somewhere. So I'm sure that your teachers have talked about to you 7th chord and the 7th tone and how that always needs to go back up to do. So T, which is the 7th tone, always needs to go back up to do. So in your part writing, don't forget that if you have the 7th tone in your scale and one of your chords, you need to make sure that in the next chord it goes up to do. Also, kind of on a side note, if you have the 4th of a chord, you need to bring it down to the 3rd. So let's say, for instance, that you're in the key of C major. If you have an F, it needs to go down to E, because that's where it kind of leans to. It wants to lean into B. So here's some rules. Make sure that you follow them. It'll help you get good grades.